back on Gran Turismo Sport and Race A this week, which seems to be the home of the dirty drivers, apparently. So here we are, last lap, going into turn 1. I get dive bombed and then pushed wide by the only Brazilian in the lobby. The Brazilian stereotype turning out to be true. And a couple turns later, I go ahead and return the favor. And notice how we both had penalties there, so we both have to slow down and serve our penalties in the penalty zone. And we both get overtaken by these two drivers here. So he's behind me. I know that he's probably coming for me. But in the next braking zone, he misses me, but he takes out the driver in front of me, and he hasn't forgotten about me. He completely takes me out there. So, coming up to the last corner here, I find my scope, I aim it, I load one in the chamber, and I fire. And I give him a little taste of my own medicine, and show him a little takeout of my own. And the funny part about all this, when we ride along with the Brazilian driver, see, he just completely avoids me, but then takes out the white car, for no reason. And then he just takes me out there, and here we are. And I'm probably so far back that he thought that he probably did not even know that he was coming for me. And the best part is that he actually gets reset behind me, and he also gets stuck inside the driver that he took out earlier. So he's not even going to finish ahead of me, and also not even finish ahead of the driver that he took out. So I'm glad that I can do some justice here. So next race, I want you to pay attention to the guy in 5th place, Rex Arella.
Because it was pretty
and
interesting.
Here we are, lap 1, going into turn 1 and 2.
Search up about
you can see in the bottom right the radar here. The guy in 2nd gets pushed wide.
Dude,
and then Rex Arella does the same to me in turn 2. So he just completely pretends that the other drivers are not even there, and then just takes the turn. So I give him a taste of his own medicine and return the favor right there. But fast forward to the end of this race, I actually end up completely bottling my race, and I actually end up in last place at this point after serving my penalty. Here we are, and I also see that he also gets reset. So now it's just me and him in the back of the pack, so I figure I have nothing else to lose. Let's just punish this driver even more. So I give him a little love tap there. So let's find out how he got reset in the first place. So turns out earlier in the final lap here, let's take a ride along with Rocket Bunny. Same thing, Rex Arella just pretends that he's not even there. And same thing here.
Just a minute.
And same thing here. Just basically pretends that the other drivers are not even there. So I applaud this Canadian driver getting a little justice of his own here and giving Rex Arella, whatever the hell his name is, what he deserves. So back to my point of view going into the last turn. So he pretends that drivers are not even there. Well, I pretend that my brakes don't work sometimes. So, yeah. What comes around goes around. So, next race here. Can you guess who the dirty driver is in this race? Yeah. It's probably a safe bet that it's the only Brazilian driver in the top 8. So, at the start of this race, I get a very poor start, so I take a defensive line into turn 1. And, same thing, he runs me narrow, completely narrow into turn 1, and then pretends that I'm not even there. hits me and forces me even more narrow there.
You ran me very narrow.
I mean,
He's gonna edge me out here.
the Brazilian stereotype is 100% true. I mean, what is the deal with Brazilians? Why are they so dirty?
Goddamn.
So here we are, going into turn 4 here. I actually get a run on him,
Take the really dirty from me at least.
and I get a run on his outside, and he does not even give me room to get back onto the track here, so I kind of have to force my way back. So going into the next corner here, he goes very defensive. So, but I don't even make my move until the last corner here. I go for the inside, but then I fake back to the outside, and I completely fake him out. He just goes wide without me even hitting him. So, awesome there, and I actually end up winning that race. But in the next race, we are in the same positions. I start first, he starts second. I get a slightly better start this
I
time,
love that track.
so I'm able to take the normal racing line. So, of course, there's a Brazilian driver behind me, so I keep one eye on the radar at all times, and as you can see, he just completely drives in deep. And, you know, he would have hit me if I did not turn out of the way there. So, fast forward to lap 2 now, I get another run off of turn 4, and I try to go for the inside, but I go back to the outside, and same thing. He is narrow, and he goes wide again, and I don't even have to hit him. So I drive right by him there, going into the switchbacks here. Pay attention to the radar. He takes the switchbacks all wrong, and he actually goes wide, coming off of here. And when I look behind me, he actually gets a 5-second penalty because I guess that he hit the wall right there. So fast forward to lap 3, I slow down and I wait till the penalty zone comes, and I speed back up again when he slows down to serve his penalty. So I'm just trolling the dirty drivers here. So fast forward to lap 4, I'm going to come home and finish the race in first, and I'm looking behind me, and he's also raging with the driver in second, and because that he forced him into the wall, he actually gets a penalty for that and gets pushed back to 4th. So
The host is
if you're
off
doing
work, so
race A this
pretty
week,
much
be careful, because this is a fun
Friday
race,
not just Friday
but be
night.
careful. It seems like that a lot of aggressive drivers and dirty drivers
It
are in
starts
there,
whenever he
and
gets off work,
I'm
since
doing my
wasn't
part to make
out
sure
on
that
the
justice is
virus.
served. Well, that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.